Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are talking about the best deals I've ever gotten on anything luxury. You guys know, handbag collection. I actually work in resale, as you may know, and part of my job is pricing and authentication. So I actually do a lot of price monitoring, even on bags that aren't necessarily on my wish list. So I spend a lot of time on the internet looking at prices of things, you know, just casually scroll through the reel. I have to say, I'm probably perfectly suited for the job that I have, and I just feel so incredibly lucky that I have it. So yes, being that I do spend a lot of time monitoring prices just so I really have a better understanding of where the market for a certain bag is going, or a certain designer, or a certain material. Since I do so much price monitoring, I actually get a pretty decent handle on when things are a good deal and when they're not. I did have one video recently that was bags that I think are overpriced. I will leave that linked down below, but today we're talking about the best deals I've ever gotten. This is on both new and pre-loved items. I mentioned that I work in the resale industry. I do pricing, I do authentication, I do valuation, I do all that stuff. Since I have worked in this industry for multiple years, I get to take other people's mistakes, pass them along to you so you can make better and more informed choices. Any of that sounds even remotely intriguing or interesting to you, if you were ready to maybe start shopping designer and you need some tips, I can help. Please subscribe. I'd love to have you back. Okay, so I think you guys know what I'm about to ask you. I want you guys to comment below with the best deal you've ever gotten on anything. Tell me what it was, tell me where you got it from, and extra points if you're shouting out a local and small business. They really need our help and our support right now. So I want to hear that. Comment that down below. The first best deal that I've ever gotten on anything, a pair of Chanel striped canvas espadrille high top sneakers. Now, these sneakers are no longer in my collection, but that's part of why I'm leading with these. I bought these completely brand new from a deal website called Amuse in 2016. They were canvas navy blue striped sneakers, and they were super, super cool. So those sneakers, I'm gonna guess in this video that they probably retailed in like the, I'm gonna say like $1,000 to $1,200 range. They are a luxury flash deal website, and they get a whole bunch of things that are like in previous seasons, usually previous collections. These are new items entirely, obviously authentic, because that's what we do here. I bought them for, I pulled up my order, get this. They were $375 minus like 20% off, and I think I kept them for like about a year. I wore them for a while. Like they were not the most comfortable. I felt like maybe they were like a little bit too tight for me. I think I needed probably a larger size, and so I did end up selling them. I sold them with the Real, and I ended up selling these and getting $400 back after I'd worn them for a year. Now here on this channel, where we deal mostly with the resale industry, because that's what I do for a living, that's what winning looks like in my mind with buying and reselling luxury goods. I only buy things that A, I like, B, I can wear, and C, at a good price. This is not a channel where we really talk about buying bags and buying items as tangible assets. That's just not something I'm comfortable with doing. But that's what winning in resale looks like to me. You buy an item that you really like at a good price that you can afford, and if it doesn't work out, you sell it and you break even. Worst case, you get to wear a pair of $1,000 shoes for an entire year for like $100 essentially. And remember, $100 is the price of a lot of Steve Madden shoes. So I ended up making $40 and getting to wear a pair of Chanel sneakers for an entire year. So I call that a win. Next best deal I've ever gotten on anything is my beautiful, gorgeous pair of Sergio Rossi thigh-high suede boots with this gorgeous back zipper. And I just, even feeling the suede, it just makes me happy. And unfortunately, as I did hear the news about the passing of Sergio Rossi in Italy, so RIP, and I'm really gonna love and cherish these boots forever. He left his mark on the world. He certainly left his mark on me, and I really love that I get to, you know, really love and cherish one of his creations. So I don't want to get too sappy with this, but I just hope you all are out there and taking care of yourselves. Sergio Rossi, I think they originally retailed at, I'm gonna venture to guess, $1,800. I got these for $150 US. I don't know, I guess I just got lucky. I bought these about 4 years ago, and even though there is zero chance ever that I would ever sell them, I really doubt this is something I would lose money on if I were to ever sell them, which I would never dare. Next best deal I've ever gotten, we have another Chanel piece. This is the Chanel wallet on chain that I bought in blue perforated lambskin, also in 2016. 2016, apparently, it's a pretty spendy year for me, it seems. You know what? We're gonna go back and revisit some of those haul videos. I'm gonna link them down below just to see all the that I bought between 2015 and 2016. But I was getting good deals, so it's fine. Chain. I bought this from Fashion File. I unboxed it here on my channel. That bag I bought $950, which sounds like a lot, especially for a wallet on chain. But this was shortly before the price increase that they had on the Chanel wallet on chain. Today, the wallet on chains are going for about $2,500, and even on the resale market, a lot of them are now selling like in the anywhere from $1,700 to $2,300, $2,400 range, depending on condition and style, obviously. Now, there's one thing about it though, which I can definitely tell why the price was as low as it was. It did have a stain on the material underneath the perforated leather, so you could see it through the perforation, but you could only see it in pictures. You couldn't see it like with the naked eye. It was really, really strange, and if I can find any pictures or anything that I can show you guys, I will try to leave them here. Ultimately, I'm venturing to guess that was the reason why it went for so low. But the thing to take into account though is that when you buy items, you're buying them for your own enjoyment, I hope, not just for the gram. Hey, I know we are all guilty of that, especially in this community. It's okay. I see you, I feel you, and I have some crosses to bear on that front myself. So this is a judgment-free zone. But bought this one for $950. Anywhere from $700 to $1,000 less than they were going for at the time. Generally with some outliers that were much, much higher than that. And there's another one, I just rode the price down until it went down below $1,000. And I was like, I'm getting a Chanel wallet on chain for under $1,000. Like, who am I? This also too is another bag that I did sell from my collection. That was just because I wasn't using it and I kind of needed the money at the time. If memory serves, I sold that for maybe $600, meaning got to carry the Chanel wallet on chain in a color that I loved, in a style that I loved, in a print that I adored for maybe like 2 years, and I was only out $300. Again, another win. Next best deal of all time. Louis Vuitton Rabat Clay. I feel like this is one of the signature pieces in my collection. I get a ton of questions about this every time it shows up on camera, and that is because it is super, super rare. This was the first designer wallet that I ever purchased. It's mini, perfect for, like, you can hold like about 10 credit cards in here, but it's really small and compact. You can keep folded cash, and it also has a little pocket here inside. The one that I initially had didn't have the chain attached to it. I just sort of carried it as a wallet, just like this. And it was perfect. It was perfect, it was perfect. And the first time I bought this, it was under, I'm gonna say under $200 is how much this was. Under $200, possibly, potentially in the $150 range. And then when I bought it again, this time it was maybe like $250. Remember, it got stolen and I ended up replacing it, which took me a really, really long time. But I bought this from a luxury reseller called Her Authentic, and she is on Instagram. She'll be linked down below. For arguably the best mini compact wallet of all time. It's iconic, it's rare, absolutely perfect for my needs. And another thing too, we're gonna talk about resale value, even though, once again, I would never consider selling this, but this is something that I probably would be able to fetch slightly higher for, even though not a lot of people know about it. But I guess, you know, I have a lot more emotional attachment to it, and if I would have bought this at $500, I probably would still feel like it was a good deal because I just really love it that much. That's not the point of this video. What am I talking about? Okay. Next is another bag from Amuse, and that is the green leather fringe Valentino Sea Rocky hobo crossbody bag. It originally retailed at $3,250. And let me just say, there is not a bag in my entire collection here that I have spent $3,000 on. There's definitely no way I would have bought that bag for $3,000. However, I really liked it. It was a cool shape, and I carried it for many, many years. Again, another thing too, I did sell it. This one I did not sell for great money. Valentino, especially seasonal bags like this, don't have particularly great resale value, but retailed $32.50 and I bought it for $650 maybe. I loved it. It was cool. It was really different from my collection, and it was a great, great price. I don't remember exactly what I sold it for because when I did sell it, it was slightly damaged as well. Either way, the difference between that bag, buying it on the flash deal site versus buying it new, or even honestly, like during the Valentino sales that they do run twice a year, I think it's about 40% off usually. That was a steal. I get so many questions about my Gucci alligator vintage flap bag. This is burgundy glazed alligator evening bag. I have tried to do this look with like jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm gonna revisit it. I bought this here locally in Miami from a luxury consignment store called the Consignment Bar. They're here, they're local, they're in Miami, and this was one that I would walk in and it would just be sitting on the shelf, and it got like no love, no play at all. So I did technically get this as a gift. I don't know exactly how much it was purchased for, but I know that it was severely discounted. I want to say they had it priced at like $9.95, which already for an alligator bag is crazy. Seriously, like every time I look at this, just my heart just smiles on the inside, and I love this bag. Next bag on our list is another vintage from Gucci. You can check places like eBay for vintage Gucci monogram bags. I know they're really in style right now. This style of bag was re-released. It's called the Ophidia. I'm sure you guys have seen it. And this reminded me of it at the time. So I bought this bag for maybe $200 or $250 once again. Did a video on how to clean these up, which is a lot of the time part of the reason why they will go for such low prices, because a lot of the time they are 30-plus-year-old bags, so not necessarily in the best condition. That definitely factors into pricing, FYI. But I bought this thinking I was gonna have like the one that was similar, and weeks later, this exact bag is re-released by Gucci. So not only did I get a really cute vintage score, but I actually have something that looks like it's current, except I spent $250, not $1,700. I call that a win. I hope that, you know, again, you're staying home, taking care of yourselves, and in good spirits. I also hope that you enjoyed this video. Once again, I do want to hear what your best deals were. What did you think of mine? Have you made money back on anything? Because I was really, really happy about those Chanel sneakers. Anyways, so I'm going to give you guys maybe some shopping tips here to check out in this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!